Welcome back to my channel, guys. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do a standard French braid and a standard Dutch braid. Some people call them inside versus outside. This here is the outside braid, so stay tuned. I promise it's going to take a while for you to get used to it, but you got to build up your finger dexterity. You got to learn your finger strength and hold your tension tight, and I promise if you keep practicing, you're going to get good at it. Hair in half, like so. Now don't get discouraged for when your braid doesn't turn out as good as you want it to. You actually have to build up your finger dexterity, so you actually have to practice. It's something that you are gonna have to do multiple times to even get it tight, to get the right tension, to make it stay in. So it all takes practice. So just doing it one time isn't gonna cut it. All right, so I just split it in half. I'm just gonna section this half off, so we have one side to work with. All right, so let me see if I can see myself. Okay. So first you're gonna start with 3 pieces. And this is again to do it on your own hair. I can also do a video in the future if you want to see a video on me doing it on somebody else's hair, because it's always going to be backwards if you try to do somebody else. So first you're going to start off with 3 pieces, 1, 2, 3, like a regular braid. It's all about the way that you hold your fingers. So as you can see here, I'm holding the first strand between my thumb and my index, the second strand between my index and my middle, and then with my ring finger I grab the last strand here. So you're gonna put the outside piece closest to your head over the middle piece. Okay, and then this end piece in the middle. So I have my fingers again, the 3. Then and I'm holding it just with this hand. With this free hand, I'm gonna grab a little piece. You can see here how big I did that. And I'm going to add it to this outside piece. So you can actually let this strand go and add your whole piece to it, but keeping tight tension up here. So I'm gonna add all this over the middle one. I'm gonna be holding this with my thumb and my index, middle and index, and then I have my end strand. I'm gonna add a little piece of hair to this one, to the outside one, like so. Add it to the middle. Then again, placing your fingers correctly. So grab your first strand, your second strand, and your last strand. Then here, add more from the outside. Put it over the middle. And now I have the 3 again. Add the outside into the middle. So you can see I'm using one hand to hold my braid and the other hand to manipulate it. So I'm grabbing an outside piece and adding it to this outside strand. I'm gonna put it over the middle and then grab 1, 2, 3. Then I'm gonna take one from the outside, add it to the outside strand, put it over the middle, and then I'm having 1, 2, 3. Again, add the outside. You can to make the hair nice and smooth, you can literally drop this last strand because you're holding the other 2 tight. So you drop the last strand, smooth it out, grab this middle strand with your pointer finger, add this one to the middle. So now you have it in both hands. So then I'm going to take this one, 1, 2, 3. You don't want your sections to be too big. 1, 2, 3. From the outside. Smooth out that hair with your free hand. Then you're gonna add it to the middle. Pull the middle strand out here. Hold the middle strand, hold the last strand. Now I have a free hand. Now I'm gonna add some outside hair to this hair. So just take that, like so, into the middle. Grab the middle strand, bring it to the outside. Grab the middle strand, grab the outside strand. Grab some extra hair, add it to the outside strand, put it in the middle, bring the middle strand to the bottom, hold it tight this whole time. You can see I have a lot of tension. I'm holding this braid super tight. I'm gonna hold this outside strand, hold the middle strand, hold the outside strand. Add some hair to this outside strand. Put it in the middle and grab the last one. Make sure you guys are still in focus here. So you have your last strand of hair that you added. You put it in the middle, put the outside in, and put the inside in the middle. Put the outside in the middle, put the inside in the middle. Outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside. So then it's just a regular braid. Now we're gonna take a little, I get the clear elastics, they look so much better than a regular hair tie. It looks so bulky and everything with your braid. Now here's your regular French braid, or an inside braid. What I personally do with my braids, I like to pull them out and make them look really full. I typically do this before I finish the braid, which I'll show you on the other side. But if you don't have enough tension on your braid, you're not gonna be able to do that. So once you get practicing, that's how you can do it. But for now, I'll show you a little trick. So you have your little hair tie here. So I'm just gonna pull it. I'm gonna hold this hair tie, and I'm just pulling out little by little. Don't try to make the whole thing puffy at one time. Just the outside pieces of the braid. Just the outside pieces. If you pull too much, it's just gonna pull your whole braid out. So here, I'm just grabbing onto where I can feel the pieces go around. So I'm not gonna pull on this outside hair that's added in. I'm gonna pull on the piece that's actually braided. It's kind of hard to do this without seeing what I'm doing here, and it's okay if you get some of these little hairs, just tuck it back in, or you can use a bobby pin after, or what I do is I just pull it out more so you can't even see it. Now on the other side, going all the way down the braid. There you have it. And it's kind of boho pulled out more. It makes it look much more full. And now we'll move on to the other side. This is the side I'll show you guys how I typically do my braid. And again, this is a French braid. Keep watching if you want to, or just fast forward if you want to see just the Dutch braid, and that is where the braid is here. The braid is going inside, but what I'll do when I show you the Dutch braid is the braid will be on the outside, and you can kind of make it big and flowery. It is a little more difficult with this one to do that. So here, you're gonna take a small section like that. I know I need to get my hair done. So you're gonna take your 3 strands. I'm gonna hold, so you can see how I switch hands. So I have these 3. I'm gonna grab this one with my middle, this with my index. Grab this one, this, middle, index. So you can see how I switch hands each time. So you're gonna take the outside piece closest to your head, put it in the middle. Take your outside piece, put it in the middle. So now I have this again. I'm holding it with this index and thumb, middle, index. I'm gonna take this hair that's not in it. I'm gonna add it to this strand. Put it in the middle. Grab my index thumb, middle finger, ring finger. Add some hair from right here to this outside strand. Now I'm gonna grab the middle, index thumb, take the middle with your middle finger, the outside with your index finger. And again, just adding some hair. Get your middle strand to the outside, hold the middle securely, and again, I'm pulling on all the hair the whole time. Take your outside strand, add some hair, bring your middle to the outside, grab this in the middle, get the end strand. Get some hair from the bottom, bring the middle to the outside, hold your middle, clasp your end. Again, add hair, bring your middle to the outside, secure your middle, hold your end. Add some hair to the outside strand, grab your middle piece to the outside, hold your middle, get your end. Hopefully this side is a little bit better lighting for you guys. And like I said, have tension the whole time. So I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna hold the braid here. It is easier to pull it out when you have smaller sections. So instead of coming through this entire braid and pulling out each section, I'm gonna stop here and pull this out. So I'm holding these 3 sections really good. I'm gonna grab this piece, pull it out. Grab this piece of the braid, pull it out. And as you can see, I'm not grabbing the pieces that are added in. I'm grabbing just the top braid. So just a very tip of the braid and pulling it out. Again on this side, pulling just the top of the braid out. And you can see how that looks there. Kind of just try to get all your pieces lined up in a row, like that. And I'm still holding this super tight. Okay, so now we're starting again. You can see here, I'm not gonna get confused. What I'm gonna do is, I see that I just added hair to this piece here. So now starting, this is my outside piece again. So add some hair. I'm gonna take the middle to the outside. Hold your middle, hold your end. Add some hair. Bring your middle to the outside, hold your middle, add your end. I'm hoping you guys can see this. Get your middle. There we go. Now you're just gonna keep working your way all the way down. Can you guys see that? Now, I didn't care too much about my part, so it may be crooked in the back. Over there, over there. But, you know, if you have a comb or a pen, that does it better. Okay, so now I'm going to pull this rest of the way down that I just braided. So, sorry, it's kind of hard to see. So I'm just feeling for the braid, pulling it out, pulling it out. And kind of this, I pulled this piece out, so I'm just tucking that back in a little bit. All right, and now we have the rest of the braid to finish. So middle end, and now you're just doing a regular braid to finish that off. You can go however far up. You can do pigtail braids if you want to. You can do little buns here. That's super cute. I love doing that. All right, now we have this piece. You can see this is kind of bigger, and you can even do it even bigger if you want. So now I'm just holding this hair tie, pulling out my braid. And there you go. I will show you guys the basics today, and if you guys want any other videos, any other types of braids, 5-strand braid, anything like that, just let me know and we'll make a new video. So again, you're just gonna section off this side of your hair. You really wanna keep it pulled back because you can add it into the other side. I do it all the time, and then you have a mess. So just make sure you have a clean working space. All right. So again, you're gonna take your first strand, you're gonna break up your 3 exactly the way you did on the first one. 1, 2, 3. What the only difference here is that instead of adding your piece over and into the middle, you're going to be adding it under and into the middle. So now you have my outside piece, my middle piece, and then this piece on the end, you're gonna add it under to the middle. So now I'm having my end piece, the middle, end. I'm gonna add a piece to the end strand here, and I'm gonna put it underneath, have my end strand, secure my middle, keep this end. I'm gonna add hair. Instead of putting it over like we did, we're putting it underneath. So I'm putting my middle strand to the end, secure my middle, hold my end. I'm gonna add this hair to the end strand, put it underneath. The middle comes to the outside, hold your middle, secure your end. I'm gonna add this hair. Instead of putting it over, we're gonna go underneath. Grab your end, secure your middle, hold the other end. Add some hair to your end strand, go underneath. So you're just switching the middle to the end, and hold it. Here I'm gonna add some hair. Underneath, hold your end, secure your middle, grab this end, add some hair to this end piece, put the middle to the end, make sure the hair is always going underneath, not over. That's the only difference. I'm adding some hair, putting the middle strand over to the end, so the middle goes to the bottom, and hold it. So you can see the braid is starting to come along the top here. So now you can either continue the braid down or you can do what I do and pull it out. So hopefully you guys can see this. I'm gonna just take the very edges of the braid, basically the middle of the strand, and pull it out, making the braid nice and full. You can do it just a little bit, or you can be obnoxious with it like me. And it looks like flowers. So I'm gonna restart my braid. I have this end ready to put hair into. So I'm gonna put it underneath. Middle strand goes over. Hold this end, secure your middle, hold the other end. Add some hair. Put the middle over the top. Grab your middle, grab your end. I'm hoping you guys can see what I'm doing. Add hair, put it underneath, and hold your middle. Add hair to this side, put it underneath, put the middle strand over the top, and make sure you have a good grip, like I said. So hold it tight, hold the middle strand tight, hold the end strand. Put the middle over the top. We're gonna add hair to this side. You're gonna finish off your braid, but before I finish off the braid, I'm gonna pull it out. So I don't have a mirror over here, so it's a little difficult to see the back, so I'm just feeling where I am, but if you just look in the mirror, it is easier. So I'm just pulling it to be as big or little as I want. Now I'm gonna finish off my braid. All right, now I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna start at the bottom, pulling it out. Work my way up to where I was. Or if you're a beginner, do your entire braid and then pull it out. I always like mine to be a little skinnier on the bottom, so I don't pull it out as much as I do on the top. Secure it. And there you go. Pull it out. Put your elastic around. Now I'm going to show you the main difference between these two braids. This side, our sections were smaller. So you're gonna wanna make sure that your sections are pretty much the same size going all the way through the braid. So you can see we made smaller sections. That way we have a lot more flowers coming out on the top here. On this side, I was rushing it. The sections were bigger. So you can see it still looks good, but the braid there's not as many sections to pull out. All right, so just take your time. Practice. Your finger dexterity has to be built up. Your arms are gonna be sore, your fingers are gonna be sore, but I promise it'll be the fastest thing you ever do once you get used to it. So just pull out some cute pieces here, or none at all. And that's that.